Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I come to greet you and to offer guidance, support, inspiration for those who thank you for tuning in, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing if you like those videos. For the highest wisdom for us today is the healer, to understand the healing, to accept the healing, to be the healer as well. What we need to understand is the effort. What kind of effort do we need to produce in order to achieve the result that we need to achieve? Sometimes it is not all that much of an effort, but it's the right effort that we need to produce. And often we already know deep inside of us what is we need to apply our strengths, because there is certain aspect of our life where it's like it's where the money is, it's where it's powerful, where it's important, and this is where we need to apply our strengths. And to be patient and not to judge ourselves. Forget this judgment. We are way too severe on ourselves. We have to understand that first thing, we have to be our best friend, no matter what. Unconditional friendship in relationship to yourself, forgiveness and understanding for whatever we're going through. And the second thing that is very important is to understand we have this God presence within ourselves, and that is also our best friend. There is no one better suited to be our friends than God inside of us. As we develop this relationship, we are being guided each and every day. For this morning, I have like this million things to do, and I was laying in bed and I said, do I really need to get up today? It's like this million things to do. What is the most essential part of my day? And my I am presence answered why it is to paint. So painting, of course, for me, it's mainly to run, because I have this, I need to detoxify. So running every day is essential. And although it's not part of my natural routine, I have established it as part of my natural routine. But painting is like, it kind of my I am presence relieve me of all the pressure that I could have put on myself by saying, well, the most essential is to paint, which is not really a pressure. So it is a kind presence, an understanding presence, it's an all-wise presence. So we need to make friend with that God inside of us. Once we establish that relationship of trust and communication, we are able to find a greater ease. And it is what we need to do, is this partnership with God, with Spirit, and to be the co-creator, certain things we need to do, so other things we can let God do it for us. But God cannot do what we need to do ourselves. Also understand it is a complementary. We have to cooperate to do our part, so that the universe can do the rest of the way. Every time we make one step forward, the universe goes 100 steps in our direction. For every leap of faith, so faith is very important. I'm meeting a lot of people in this world that, in my environment, let's say, or there are people that do not ask questions, and so they live their life without asking themselves questions. That's their past, and even the other one are not to be criticized for. It is their own soul connection. But I'm finding out it's very difficult to live without faith, to live without hope, without trust, because there are some people that have decided that there is no God, and that everybody that believes in anything that could be related to any kind of spirituality, they are inferior intellectually, because they believe something that cannot be, and so they have established within themselves that their ego is the truth, and they become more and more miserable, because their ego do not find the solution. The only thing you can do is pray for them, and then love and light, and so, because you can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot force him to drink it. So there are a lot of people that do not have this faith, so we have to be patient and love them anyway, but understand this faith. Once we have the faith in a grand design, in that there is meaning in life, that there is a sense to our reality, our experience, that we are being guided and led to something that is transcendental, that creates hope, and hope creates trust, and then we can move with a greater ease. And the outcome will be achievement. We're going to be able to achieve a new plateau, for it is not, life is by plateau. As we leave the old plateau, we are being reborn and regenerated into the higher form. Well, I hope this guidance was interesting. I'm going to continue to discuss a few things, because there is yesterday I discussed certain ideas. There is certain ideas in politics that we need to understand how things work. And there was a great philosopher named Immanuel Kant from the 18th century, a German philosopher that I really appreciate. And he wrote many things, and he discussed a lot about the critical mind, but he wrote a little book that's very essential, because right now the whole world of politics is submissive to the world of economy. All the politics are serving the economy, when in essence the economy has to serve the politic, and the politic has to subside to moral. Which means if a politic is not concentrated on the highest good of all, Immanuel Kant tells us that then it is a tyranny, it is an ego thing. And so it is. So economy has to serve politic, and politic has to serve the highest good. This is essential. For there is a lot of things within our own society, because we have been ignorant, we have been manipulated into believing into all kinds of perverse beliefs that we need to disconnect, and we need to move back into this sphere of joy and happiness. In many sense, my own religion is the religion of the Christ, the religion of love. I do not need a religion, for I have God within my heart. So once you have God within your heart, you are led moment by moment. But in many sense, all religion will lead you back to the one. The book of Urantia, the Urantia book, is an invitation to discover the higher planes of the universe. It hides more than it reveals, but it is an invitation to discover the spiritual ascended planes, the celestial realm. I also wanted to thank a friend of mine, Ashtar, for all the works he does. It's a great being of light, and there are all the galactics that are here in the orbit of the Earth, invisible, in a cloaked frequency. They are waiting for us to pacify, to be peaceful enough, loving enough, so they can come and bring those amazing technology that will make life paradise, and bring all kinds of new knowledge and support and ecological restoration. Everything will come really quickly once we allow these higher planes to the celestial and the galactic will be coming down when it is the time. So it is important to know that you deserve all the abundance of heaven already. For I'm going to sing a song that's not really that says the opposite, but in many sense we do deserve the abundance of all the abundance of heaven are already ours. So it is just a matter of accepting that, not to be so critical. No, your mission is to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Once you have that, you are able to fulfill your mission and share all those things with the world. I also wanted to say that it is important to breathe consciously, to slow down our breath, but when we take this time to breathe, everything is held within the breath. The Buddha said, life is an inspiration and an expiration. Everything that happens in life, in this physical life, happens through this breath. And so it is important to breathe as consciously as possible. For I'm an ex-smoker, so it's like I've always been handicapped, but yet as a conscious spiritualist, I still enjoy my breath more as an handicapped person than some people who are not conscious, who have never thought that to focus on their own breath. So it is important. I was speaking about this sword of light also, maybe in the French video, but this sword of light is to cut all the cords of attachment within ourselves. So it is important to find this clarity. For once we find the clarity, we are asked to arbiter situation. For no matter what, once we find the higher light, we arbiter, and everything finds its place. So it is part of my role to be here to assist in that level. Also wanted to find a very practical advice, is that when we find ourselves being locked into an old cycle, like repeating something we know we want to let go, or to be depressed, or to be in regret, or to be in judgment of ourselves in relation to whatever aspect of our past, is not to, of course we need to review all that, we need to be able to review that, but not to dwell too long on anything that is uncomfortable. The only thing you need to get out of it is a pleasant memory, is a pleasant image, a pleasant vision, the image of a visualization of something you really want, and then you snap out of it and you focus on what's important. And if you return, you remember that and you snap out, and it's a process that's going to be needed to work with, but it's something to be able to snap out of everything, to move into the light at any point. So it is something we want to work on. For understanding that we are like boomerangs. You understand a boomerang is when it's an object that when you throw it, it returns to us. And we are like boomerangs that God has thrown into the universe, but we will be returning to the source. So accept that, enjoy that, and understanding we are far more in truth, our true spirit essence, and who we truly are is far more than any situation of our life, no matter what. In relation here on the earth, we have the judgment of society is very heavy on certain aspects, certain people, but in many sense we are far more than that, and do not identify so much with the circumstances of our life, for they are just lessons. And so understand you are a divine being of light, infinitely loved by your Creator, otherwise you would not exist, and everybody is the same. So but having this understanding makes you gives you a higher power to more faith, more hope, more trust. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Akash. the highest wisdom for us today is to elevate ourselves beyond man, woman, to return to this angelic perspective of being. Doesn't mean we still have, if we're a man, with 51% masculine and 49% feminine, so we're not denying our gender. For gender was created it's part of the universe. It's a gift. This idea of separation of gender, it is a gift that we discover at the time of the creation of the universe. For in paradise there is no gender. And so it's about elevating ourselves beyond that and to remain, but integrating the 49% of the masculine or feminine, knowing, maintaining our own, is to become androgynous and to resolve all the polarity, yet maintaining that understanding of who we are. If we incarnated as a man, we need to be a man. If we incarnated as a woman, we need to be a woman. Unless we came here to be a transgender, then we follow that. But otherwise, we need to stick to whatever our soul program is. For transgenders are people that are confused in relationship to the gender. It may be soul that have been like for 1,000 life as a woman, and then at the time of ascension that is now decided to embody in a man, and so there is a great deal of confusion because there is a story of thousands of lifetime as a female, or vice versa. For at this time of ascension we have chosen unusual incarnation, unusual because we need to bring everything into balance, because we know the freedom is at the end of that road. That incarnation is very important because it is the incarnation that will free us from this from the cycle of reincarnation. What we need to understand is the vessel. The vessel is the sense of adventure, the sense of exploration. Personally, I love boats. I love small boats, medium boats, big boats, sailboats, motorboats, every boat. I love the ocean. I love to travel, and hopefully one day I will maybe able to have a boat to move into this field of exploration. I used to live in Miami. There is this saying that everybody knows it there, is that there is, in a sense, two very, very happy days in the life of a boat owner. Is the day he buys his yacht and the day he sells his yacht, because it's too expensive to maintain for a normal person. But hopefully the universe will provide, so we'll be able to explore the ocean also, because there is many things that can only be explored with boats. There's a great deal of all kinds of archaeology that have not been discovered, that could be those kind of interesting things that will be discovered through the exploration. But in the meantime, it is the exploration of your psyche, the exploration of your higher self, becoming one with that soul spirit energy that is our true self. And it should not be too difficult to recall those memories, to connect to yourself, or it is yourself. So to understand how different can you be from yourself. So just understanding, accepting that connection. What we need to do is the authority, the figure of authority. For here, I know my I'm presence tell me that I will be able to arbiter a lot of situations, because my detachment and neutrality in relation to things and my clarity will allow me to assist in finding resolution in many situations. But it's about disconnecting outside form of authority to rely on your inner self, to rely on yourself, to trust yourself, to trust your inner guidance more than all the power of the Orwellian program of conditioning that has. But it's part of the program. We have to love that as well, because there is so much darkness. It provides so much opportunity for great expansion into the light. It is a spirit named Bashar that used this example. It says, like, I said, that this is the frontier between light and dark. And we come from the light, but we decide to explore the darkness, and so it is like a suspender, and then the more we go into the darkness, once we're gonna let go, we're gonna be propelled into the light. So understand, everything serves a function and a purpose. So do not be in judgment. Just and the outcome is the same as the one in French. It is about knighthood. It's about sticking to our principle, defending what we see is right, defending higher value, higher principles, and to cut the cords of attachment that could limit us. So it is a progressive path, but there is no need for lingering in the old. We wanna embrace the new as fast as possible, as quick as possible, to be ready. For it is our soul and spirit that will tell us when we are ready. We have no need. We have no. Since we do not know what happened, we cannot really qualify ourselves for what is coming, but our I am presence and our soul already know what is coming for us. So trust that and align with that. for your highest dream and potential is really what is wanted from the God self inside of you. Wants your highest health, your highest wealth, your highest enlightenment, your highest fulfillment, your highest well-being. And it is only the ego, because of the lack of trust, that can create opposition to that. But love your ego, trust that, and do not judge yourself for whatever process you go through. The painting behind me is an astronomical painting with the great sun, the great sun, our sun, and it's like a pink spiral. And then there is Mercury here. That's Venus. It's actually quite it has a physical form here. The Earth, that's kind of pretty. Also Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, the great father of them all, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and then here there is a Chiron. It's a really nice painting. It's from 2008. They will be framed, and I'm hoping very soon. My own presence tell me that I don't know how yet, but I may return to my first career, first job. Before I was a painter, before I was a philosopher, I was an entrepreneur. I opened a major art gallery. That was my first. Plato says that whatever you learn first, the first profession is usually the one that will be the most adapted for the rest of your life. And so to become an art dealer again will be a great pleasure. I have a sense, I have a lot of gratitude for what is to come, for the freedom that God will bring into my life. And so I'm going to pull one more card. The card is the Ace of Ariel. It is your lucky day. New resource, money, time, support. A change in profession or promotion. So that's what it is. We have to trust and to be and to be relaxed, to find our well-being, to find this relaxation. I'm going to sing just a very quick little songs, and then I'm going to discuss the honk, and then I'm going to finish the video. But first I wanted to sing these songs about joy. So I thought to sing about joy for right here, down here. The most important fuel for our life is hope. If we don't have hope, since we are not aligned with the divine perfection of ecstasy, we need hope to hope that we'll find that eventually. But once we achieve that higher plane, it is joy that fuels the existence. So joy and laughter is very, very essential, much more important than all the problems of the world. So this song talks about joy. It says, joy across the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes and the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. If I were the king of the world, you know what I would do. I throw away the walls and the bars and the cars, and I make sweet love to you, singing joy across the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes and the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. This is a little song. I want to discuss, let's cultivate joy. I hope that you... I wanted to discuss the Ankh. The Ankh is a technology, something that we see in all Egyptian tablets. We see the gods are represented carrying that Ankh, but the mortals do not carry it. Why? What is it? It was a technology. All the immortals were here in a plasmic body, in plasmic form, so they were walking down on the earth in the physical plane, but they were carrying this Ankh that was a communication device. For when you focus inside the whole of the Ankh and you look in it, you can project your thought and direct it to any other immortals that is carrying the Ankh. Or when you receive a message, you just got to look in it and you receive the whole story, a whole holographic story that has been communicated from the person who communicated to you. All kinds of technology, spiritual technology that may reappear in the picture once we liberate ourselves from all kinds of old limitation that we still. But it's a great, very important time, and 2019 will be very, very potent. So we do have this 1 month of preparation, celebration. It is not about going around to consume and make gift for everybody. If there's for it is good to make gift if you can. If you do not have the means to buy a gift for everybody, just write them a nice letter or do something that is. But do not be conditioned by this pressure of society. I also wanted to wish a happy Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate Thanksgiving. For it was one of the celebration when I lived 20 years in America. I was very impressed with Thanksgiving. It was it was kind, loving, this big celebration, inviting stranger to eat with you. So it's very, very. So being Thanksgiving all day, every day for Thanksgiving is we are thankful and we are able to give from our thankfulness. So give what you have, give what you can, give what feels comfortable. Yes, of course. I finish with a song. It's a beautiful song by what's his name? The name will return. I'm singing songs because they pass through my mind. I hope those who wrote them don't mind that I sing them. I'm not going to go ask Eric Clapton the permission to sing this song. I'm sure he's too busy to even receive my call at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and sing it anyway. It goes like this. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knees, time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging please. Beyond the door, there's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Beautiful song, but yet I understand there is one thing that is very true. There is no tears in heaven. Tears are here to release pressure. It is something that is very, very connected to this human aspect, to this physical aspect, but up there is nothing to cry about. There is no pressure. There is only love and joy. So enjoy whatever tears you have. It's very important to let them out. But I wanted to give you the permission to understand that you belong in heaven. There is nowhere else that you belong. You have the permission to set your life there and to stay connected to your health and wealth and happiness inside this physical body. But your consciousness, the only place your consciousness belongs is in heaven with all your soul family, with God, and everybody's waiting for you up there. So be patient, be kind to yourself, and be your best friend. And each and every day move into this sphere of joy, happiness. Allow yourself to disconnect all the old matrix program that keep us bonded to this limited reality. And as we embrace, we will be able to communicate and share this higher light on a much larger scale, and it will snowball into this creation of this new society, this new golden age, this new era of peace and concord for all of humanity. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I send you my love and blessings, and I'll talk to you later. Namaskar.